Thanks for tuning in to this episode of Jammed, where we talk about the things that has us jammed up in today's world. In today's episode, I want to talk to you about something we all deal with, whether we like to admit it or not, and that's taking a loss or failing. Because let's be real for a second. Nobody likes to lose, and failing, that's even worse when you feel like you failed at something. It can mess with your confidence, your pride, and leave you feeling, upset, stuck, whatever you want to call it. It's like you're trapped in this moment where it feels like everything you worked on or everything that you've built is just crumbled. But I want you to flip the script on that for a second. Taking a loss is not the end of the world, and failing doesn't mean you're done or that it's over with. Sure, it feels like it in that moment, and I get it. I've been there. And I know it's easy to feel like everything is falling apart when things don't go your way. But today, I want to share with you how a loss or failure, how it's not the enemy. Sometimes it's the best thing that could ever happen to you. Enjoy the show. So let's break it down a little bit more. Number one, it's okay to lose. It really is. We live in this world where everyone is chasing a highlight reel. Social media is flooded with these perfect moments, these promotions, these awards, these championships, dream vacation. It's like everyone is winning all the time. So when we lose, it feels like we're the only ones that are taking a loss. It seems like everybody else is winning, but we're the one taking a loss. But here's the thing. Losing is a part of the process. It's a part of life. It's how you grow, and really and truly, there's no way around it. Think about it like this. If you've ever seen someone that succeeded at something, whether it's a famous athlete, an artist that you look up to, a creator that you follow, you're not seeing the losses. You don't see the practice, the setbacks, the failure. You only see the final product. I don't want you to get caught up in this trap of thinking that everybody that's around you is winning and you're the only one losing, because that's simply not true. There's a lot of people that are losing just like you might take a loss. They're just not talking about it. You might be thinking, well, I'm the one that messes up all the time. And that may be true. But so what? You're not alone in your mess ups. Number two, failure is not the end of the world. It's really not. It's just a bump in the road, a detour, a minor setback for a major comeback. And that setback, it doesn't stop the journey. It just changes the path. Now you're probably thinking, that's cool. But in the moment of failure, it feels like everything is falling apart. And I feel that. In the heat of it, failure, it hurts. It stings. Sometimes it feels like you've worked so hard for something. And then all of a sudden, like that, it just slips through your fingers. But what if I told you that failure is actually one of the best teachers that you'll ever come across? I mean, think about it. When things go wrong, you get a chance to sit with yourself and figure out what didn't work. You learn from your mistakes. And more importantly, you start to see what you need to improve on as a person, whether that's your approach to certain things, your skills, or even your mindset. For example, let's say you put hours into something you've been working on, a project or a performance, and when it was time to go, you were horrible. Yeah, I'm sure you'd be disappointed. But did you notice what went wrong? Did you catch the little things that you could have done better? If you're paying attention, that failure could be exactly what you needed as a blueprint for the next time you do it. Failure isn't a dead end. It's a turnaround point. It's your opportunity to go back, reevaluate, and try it again with more knowledge. And don't forget, growth doesn't always come from winning. It comes from adjusting. Number three, learn from your loss, but don't let the loss define you. Now I need you to hear that part clearly. Losing doesn't make you a loser. Failing doesn't mean you're finished. It means you tried, and trying is the hardest part. Too often we tie our self-worth into our results. We say things like, I failed at this one thing, so I must be a failure. But that's just not true. You're not your failures. You are the person who gets up, dust off, and go do it again, who keeps going even after they've taken a loss. And let me just say this. No one, I mean no one, who's ever achieved anything worth having, anything significant, they didn't do it without failing. The best part is they didn't stop when it got hard. They kept moving forward. And that's the challenge here. Get back up and keep going. When you fail, you can either stay down, feeling sorry for yourself, or you can rise up, dust yourself off, and say, all right, I'm going to do this different the next time. That's where the real strength is built. Not in always winning, but showing up even after you've taken a loss, and refusing to quit when things don't go the way you plan. Number 4, the power of persistence over perfection. Now I'm going to keep it real with you. Perfection doesn't exist, so you need to stop chasing it. The more you try to be perfect, the more pressure you put on yourself to avoid failure. And that pressure, it just makes the whole process harder. Instead of trying to be perfect, aim to get a little bit better each day. Aim to learn from the things that didn't work and carry that knowledge forward. That's what gets you to the finish line, not some flawless, effortless journey. And I really want you to think about this. What would it look like if you stopped fearing failure? If you embraced it as part of the process instead of something that ruins you? Imagine how much further you could go if you weren't held back by this fear of failing or this fear of losing. It's hard, I know. But the sooner you can make peace with failure, the sooner you'll start seeing it as a tool and not punishment. So as we wrap this up, you might be asking, what's next? If you're listening right now and you're feeling stuck after a loss, or maybe you've had a sudden failure recently that's weighing heavy on your heart, I just want you to hear this. You're not behind. You're not finished. You're not failing. You're learning. You're growing. And just one step closer to getting it right. So what do you do next? Take a minute to reflect. What did you learn from this loss? What would you do differently if you could do it all over again? Reframe your mindset. Instead of thinking of it as a failure, think of it as a lesson or a stepping stone. And then get back at it. Get back to the grind. Keep showing up. That's what you need to do. If not, you may be jammed. Thanks for listening.